Hello and welcome back to Hydroponics Daily, your go-to podcast for everything soilless cultivation. I'm your host, Dr. Russell Sharp, and today I'm going to be talking about microbial biostimulants. Now, I've sold microbial biostimulants for many, many years, about 10 years at least, and studied them for even longer than that when I was an academic plant scientist. So I know a fair few things about it, and just wanted to give you a few pieces of advice about when you're purchasing them, what to look for. First thing is always look at the production date or the expiry date on the back of the label. And if it doesn't have one, then be wary. Find when it was manufactured, because that will be key to how much living microbes are actually in it, whether it's a liquid or a powder. These are living things, and like all living things, if they are alive, they are in the process of dying. And bacteria die a lot faster in liquids than they do in powders. And so, but liquid formulations are a lot faster to get going once you add them to your system. So they have the advantage there. They wake up from dormancy a lot faster, and you can grow a lot of more beneficial types in a liquid than you can in a dry powder. And then the drying process itself does harm the bacteria as well and can kill some off. So always look for that, especially when you're buying liquids, when it was actually manufactured. Have a look into the company making them. Do they have the ability to actually ferment and brew microbes, or are they actually just a distributor, a rebrander, a diluter, a formulator? And so very few hydroponic companies will be dedicated to that. So you have to look at that. This is for bacterial products mainly. Mycorrhiza also implies that. I'll give you, as I don't manufacture them, more than happy to tell you where I think you should go to get them. And just like Trianum are the primary manufacturer of fertilizers, biostimulants, and biopesticides, and we recommend you come to us for your fertilizers, biostimulants, and biopesticides, we recommend that you go to primary manufacturers. If you're in the know and you want the best possible product, then go to that for microbes as well. So if you're in the UK, Legume Technology is a fantastic product. That is direct from the manufacturer. They're based in Nottingham. You can't always get them because they're often making microbes for soybean farmers in Argentina and Canada and places like that. That's the nitrogen fixing bacteria. But they do a root fix product, which is really good. And I've bought it in the past and very, very concentrated. So I definitely recommend that one. It comes as almost like a blood bag, like a broth inside it. That's a great product. You can get that direct. Lots of people will be using them for their microbes, a lot of companies. Outside of that, there's a company called Omex. They are a customer, a competitor, a supplier to Utrecht, and they have a microbial product called Biomex Starter. And I always recommend that one for our arable customers. I think it's Bacillus subtilis. It's a single strain, but I think it comes from Denmark where they manufacture it. And it's not them directly, but they have a relationship with the company that ferments that product. And it's a very good product, and I would recommend using it. Biomex is very highly concentrated, so check out Biomex Starter. You would need to set up an account with them, with Omex, but I think it's like £100 for a litre or something like that. So it's not cheap, but you get a hell of a lot. That'll treat like a hectare of land. So it's a really good product. That one, I've used that one in the past. If you're looking for mycorrhiza, there is a company called Symbiom. Symbio with an M on the end. That's very important. Make sure you get the company that's based in the Czech Republic, Symbiom. Let's find their website. Yeah, symbiom.cz for Czech Republic. They produce mycorrhiza, so you can buy the propagules or a sort of water dispersible spore-based product that you can put into irrigation lines. So definitely recommend that product. We've used them. We've used them for seed treatment for our carrot customers and things like that in the past. Very open about where we source our microbes because I don't want to pretend that we are a fermenter. We do produce one microbial product in-house, but that's specifically for arable crops, and that is for helping the arable crop fight off a weed called blackgrass. We don't produce any other type of microbes. We could do if we wanted to, but we're too busy doing fertilizers, biostimulants, and biopesticides. If you're in America, I've got less knowledge of where you can get the products. So you might need to import them or find out. If you do know anyone who's a primary manufacturer, then let me know. When I was in previous company, we used to buy one from someone called John L. Bees, I think it was. And he would never, ever answer any emails. He didn't say where his products came from, how he was manufacturing them. Didn't say, you could never find, his address was just a domestic address. So when I took over running that company, I quickly stopped buying them from him. He's probably dead now because he was an old bloke back in 2016. And yeah, so you always check out the company. At the very least, just go on Google Maps and find out where they're based. Have a look for any pictures of inside their facility. Do they look like the sort of people who would have a massive fermenter, like Legume Technology or Symbiom or Omex and things like that? So if you're wanting to buy Trichoderma as a protective fungal product, I would recommend Trianum P from Koppert. There is another company that used to sell Trichoderma, used to manufacture Trichoderma. I cannot for life of me remember it, which is really annoying. ChatGPT says there's 3 manufacturers in Europe: Isogro, Trichodex, and Biocontrol Technologies. So they'll be good sources. Italy, Spain, and Spain. Even Koppert, because they're a large company, they'll be selling lots of the products. So even if they're not the primary manufacturer, they'll still go through them fairly fast. So you won't be getting old stock, which is the danger with microbials. Trichoderma is it's a fungus, but it's not a mycorrhizal. It's a protective fungus that sits in the growing media and can help with the absorption of nutrients, but also helps protect as an antagonist to pathogens. So it's a really good one to include alongside Bacillus, microbes, and mycorrhizal. So that's why you'll often see it grouped together. If you see a load of bacteria, fungal like Trichoderma and Glomus mycorrhiza, Glomus is the most commonly one, all mixed together in a formulation, and he says contains 80 different types of microbes, then that normally means that they're a formulator. They mix the products together. They're not actually the manufacturer. If I was buying microbes, I would always buy probably a Bacillus blend and a Trichoderma and mycorrhiza. I may not even buy a mycorrhiza. I'd probably go for a Bacillus first to get that bump in establishment. So if you're interested in microbes, then there's some good pieces of advice there. If you thought that was interesting, then, and in addition to what we've talked about previously on the podcast, often I talk about chemical or extract-based biostimulants, then please do review the podcast, give it a good review on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you follow this podcast so you don't miss an episode. And check out utrema.co.uk. And while we don't sell microbes, we do sell a number of products that help stimulate the growth of microbes. Seaweed extracts, humic acids, and biorational fertilizers such as liquid gold or gold leaf as it's called in the US, which feed microbes rather than kill them. Lots of fertilizers kill microbes, especially ones with extreme pHs, of which there are many in hydroponics. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Until tomorrow, goodbye.